Chartrulean. Episode 5, The Chrysalis in the Void.
Dear daughter, do not be sad for me. In death, I am free. One day this world will beckon my soul return, and I can fill a new vessel. And hopefully, I will live my new life in a world that has been made a better place because of you. Watch after your father. He has been lost for some time, and I fear that once I'm gone, he will lose himself further. Be his anchor and his guide. Show him how to be the man that I know he can be. And your brother. Help him find his purpose. There's one last thing that I need to tell you. The contents of this letter may sound confusing to you right now, but this may be my last opportunity. Find the chrysalis in the void. Only for you will it open. Truth waits for you on the other side of fear. The brooch is the key. Follow your heart, and you will find her. She will give you the power to change the world. Love your father. Love your brother. And above all, love yourself. You are hope.
Fressy, you don't have to scrub so hard. Your face is turning red.
That's not from scrubbing. It's because I'm mad.
Ugh. If I were there, he would have lost a hand.
His fingers were like ice. I can still feel where he touched.
Well, their idea of immortality is interesting, I have to admit. Hey, stop that. You are splashing water on your dress.
Ugh, I don't care. You know, there's a difference between living and being alive. I'm not sure which one they are. Would you hand me a towel?
Ooh, they do smell like death. Stringent chemical preservatives with a tinge of rot.
No, it doesn't smell like that at all. Death smells like herbal tea and a libidum.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you think of your mother.
Sometimes I get the feeling she's not really gone.
Of course she's not gone. At least not from memory.
There's more to it than that. There was something very strange about her. Something I'm still trying to wrap my head around.
Her letter?
That's just part of it.
Sophrosyne awoke with a start. It was the middle of the night, and the lingering nightmare left her feeling feverish. The ghostly apparition of a woman stood near an open window. It grew larger than life as it stepped out of the window into the night. By the time Sophrosyne freed her legs from the tangle of blankets and rushed to the window, the apparition had faded into a thin purple haze. The landscape outside was not the capital. Instead, she was surrounded by the silhouettes of mountains as far as the eye could see. On the bedside table was her mother's brooch, not yet gifted to Chartrulean. It would be another 3 years before they meet. The brooch sat on top of an open letter, the letter her mother wrote to her while on her deathbed. Sophrosyne cradled the brooch in the palm of her hand, turning it over in the moonlight. As she did, it glowed the faintest blue, almost imperceptible to those who didn't know how to look for it.
What a strange dream. It's almost like someone was inside my head.
Find the chrysalis in the void, dear daughter. Only for you will it open. Will it open?
The chrysalis in the void. What could she have meant by that?
You are hope. Our hope.
Who's out there? Imsep, are you sneaking out again?
Sorry. Was I being too loud?
Dad, you're back.
Yeah. I got back a little while ago. Didn't want to bother you. What's your excuse? Why are you up?
I just had a bad dream.
Oh, yes? Come to tell me all about it, eh?
No. What are you doing?
Oh, I just thought I would take in the stars for a little while. They have a remarkable way of putting oneself into perspective, don't they?
Well, it looks like you're also taking in some wine.
Yes, always. Come, join me.
I like it here. It's very quiet.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad you like it, because we may be staying here a while.
What do you mean?
You haven't heard? Well, at least I get to be the one to tell you then. We're not going back to the capital for a while. I did something that may have been a mistake.
How so?
Well, what do you know about Chartrulean?
Yoba talks about him like some kind of prodigy.
He is the Etruvian, yes. Anything else?
I know he went into exile, but I don't fully understand why. What's he have to do with anything?
Quite a lot, actually. I've ordered that he be given clemency and installed with everything he could possibly want at Astraeus.
Well, what does Maldoro think of that?
I'm sure quite a lot. But it doesn't matter, because I've broken from the Jardeo order. They no longer hold a seat on my council, and nobody's happy.
What?
I know. Tell me straight, how badly have I screwed up?
Well, you had to have a reason.
Yes, I did. I do. Chartrulean is the one person who may be able to save us from annihilation. Or at least he's the best chance we've got.
Well, then why would the Order be so against it?
The Order believes that his methods could do more harm than good, long term. On the other hand, I'm willing to risk it if there's a chance of ending this senseless war.
I'm sure you made the right decision.
I hope you're right. But anyway, until we get a handle on the situation, the capital is no longer safe. So I've hired guardians to shadow you and your brother.
Shadow?
They are specially trained, very discreet, don't worry. I've handpicked them myself. You'll like yours a lot, I think. She's very much like you. Don't fidget with that brooch, Sophrosyne. You wouldn't want to break something that belonged to your mother.
I'm sorry.
She'd have strangled you in life. May still do so in death.
I guess I'm still a little shaken up, to be honest.
From your dream?
We don't have to talk about it.
Okay. You know, I think about your mother every day.
Me too. I wish I was more like her.
You are more like her than you could possibly know.
I don't know. I feel so behind. It's beautiful out here, but we're so far away from everything.
I can understand that, and I will do everything I can to make your re-entry into society after all this is over a happy one.
Yeah, but still, I'm just struggling with what kind of person makes the best king or queen. Today we're surrounded by so many amazing people. Chardejos, mystics, messiahs, and the like, and I don't know, I feel so ordinary in comparison.
My dear, you are far from ordinary.
You're just saying that.
No. No, I'm not. You know, the day that your mother fell ill was really the day that I lost faith in the Order. I think this break has been a long time coming. Almost feels selfish to say it out loud, but I fear that this decision was really all for me. Chartrulean was just the excuse.
What do you mean?
Why don't we go inside? I think it's time that I told you what happened to your mother.
Frosty, are we gonna just stand here all day?
What if I'm not good enough?
Are we gonna have this conversation again? Have you seen how much people love you?
Yeah, but it feels so superficial.
No, you're trying too hard.
There's just this feeling of urgency. Like if I let an opportunity pass me by, something terrible is going to happen.
That's ridiculous.
Do you think my dad is doing the right thing?
It does not matter what I think.
Your opinion matters to me.
I think he's doing as well as he can. Don't you think so?
I want to. But if these dreams mean anything at all,
Here we
the
go.
war may not be over. And so far, they've gotten one thing right.
You're afraid. But people have recurring dreams all the time. Plus, you've been under a lot of stress.
Maybe. But these are so different. Chardejos believe in prescience and all that, so I know I'm not completely crazy. Especially after what I learned about my mom.
How many family heirlooms are you willing to give away before you're satisfied?
I think I'm close to an answer. You said you saw what happened last night with your own eyes.
No, I saw what I saw, which was like a glimmer. You know, like I didn't see the room shrouded in black mist and an intense blue light, or feel like I've been dipped in cold water, or however you describe it.
That's because I didn't exactly see it with my eyes. I saw it some other way.
Excuses.
Well, I'd feel a lot better if you didn't think I was mad. You take everything way too literally.
I just don't want you to be disappointed.
Is Chartrulean the Chrysalis in the void? Or is he an abomination?
The sun slipped below the horizon, draping Simitu in deep blue and purple hues. Chartrulean slunk back to his apartment, exhausted and craving a bath. Before the door even clicked shut behind him, he was free of his boots and already wrestling with his shirt.
These days are just getting more and more exhausting. Each disaster more terrible and strange than the last. Funny. I go to put my soiled shirt on the back of this chair, but it is already there. Is it the same shirt on a different dimensional plane where time has shifted? Stranger things have happened under stress. Or is it another one altogether? Could they have just not seen it there? Exhausting. What else is hiding here? I need light. What is this alien landscape? One of discarded junk and half-consumed cans of liquid stimulant. Wow. It even has its own ecosystem. How long have I shared my apartment with a bug? I hate bugs. Is this really how I've been living? How did I not notice until now? I cannot let her see how I live. Disappointment.
How do you reconcile?
Wait. How would that even be possible? This is a private space. That strange feeling again. Moist palm, shortness of breath, pupil dilation, accelerated heart, minor jugular vein distension. Feel terrible. I took some of these bitters this morning. Oh, I'd remember that. How old are these? This is dire. This stranger in the mirror. Is he really me? His chest moves in time with my breathing. Where his undershirt appears soaked with perspiration, I feel cold wetness. I think he is me in this unflattering light. I really am the image of death. Am I really so lost on my own?
The void mists enveloped him. He looked at his clouded reflection as if expecting someone to answer, but found only his ghostly visage. Blue light emanated from the brooch, illuminating his face from below and casting threatening shadows of unseen form. The whites of his eyes adopted the azure glow of the brooch, his pupils the black of the shadows. In infrared, the berserker was all the more clear beneath waxy, translucent skin. From somewhere deep inside, near the base of his skull, there was a glow. The source of light, an organ about the size of a coin, was wrapped in berserker, like the roots of a tree overtaking a stone. It was his Azuria epicenter and gateway into the void. Before the calamity, its energy radiated throughout his entire body, lighting him up like a beacon. Now, it wasn't much more than a backlight for his bones, and pulsated like a dying star.
Is this all that is left? Only a phantom of my former self? Has there ever been an Etruvian whose powers receded instead of getting stronger? And what about the princess? She followed me into the void, but how? No matter how, I have to account for it. But why did I do it? What exactly did I see?
You're the one who's trying to escape.
Her youthful face, empty blue eyes, a tortured smile, something else in her expression. Intrigue, directed right back unasked questions. But there's more. The arch of her eyebrows, the darkness of them against the milkiness of her skin, the curvature of her neck, fullness of her lips, smallness of her figure. What is happening to me? This will pass. If I force his think of something else, just think of something else. Anything else.
Repressed memories suddenly exploded into Chartrulean's consciousness. Feelings of guilt and shame following a relentless barrage of past embarrassments. Faces and places long forgotten flashed by. He fought the urge to vomit as he grabbed desperately for something reliable.
No, not this memory.
When he found it, he had been exploring the temple agora when through an open window, he spotted a young woman working in the kitchen. As the memory played out, he was captivated once again by the repetitiveness of her motion. It wasn't intentionally provocative, but he was hypnotized. Sensations he had never before experienced welled up from somewhere deep inside. A quickness of breath and tightening in the chest and groin. He was torn from the reverie as a gnarled gray hand grabbed him by the wrist, swinging him around. He was a boy again, gazing up into the stony face of his mentor, Maldero. The warm feelings he felt only moments ago were replaced by fear and revulsion. The old man's lips quivered as they usually did before the cane came down, and the boy braced himself. But the blow didn't come. Maldero's knucklebones cracked as his grip on Chartrulean's wrist tightened, but the old man's eyes oscillated between rage and empathy. Whatever lesson lay on the other side of that decision not to strike would be much worse. Much worse.
You must learn to suppress all earthly desires. The more primal the instinct, the deeper down it must be locked away.
I wasn't...
To reach your true potential, you must devote yourself wholly to Jadika. Do you understand?
I understand.
You are destined to be our next Messiah. Now, look at her and tell me, what does the Messiah see? Look at her.
Nothing. I see nothing.
Nothing? Huh? So be it. Until you can tell me, then nothing shall you see.
Don't leave me in here. It's dark. Shad, help me.
You will not come out of that room until you rid yourself of these perversions.
I did what Maldero told me to do. I recalled every desire I'd ever experienced and packed it all into a box. Not a physical box, but a box I made, wrapped in chains and entombed deep within my mind. After all these long years, I think that the box has somehow reopened. The chains that bound it shut were Jardeo, but they have become brittle and started to break. And now, just like that time when I was a child, I will lie here in the darkness until I can regain control.
There. That should do it.
What an exhausting thing. All these words. Endless. Monotonous.
Would you like me to deliver these to King Starbringer this evening?
No, we'll deliver it in the morning. We have no more use for you tonight. You are dismissed.
Yes, sir.
They won't be pleased with our demands.
It'll take them a while to sort through it. I do not care if they're happy whilst doing. The more time we can buy, the better. Your condition is worsening.
The worm will kill me, if not released. I'm too weak to continue.
Then we must find a replacement soon.
Is this not a cause worthy of death?
My death must not be wasted.
What about the prince's bodyguard? He would give us intimate access to Starbringer. He's a mute and subservient to the prince.
Perhaps the young prince himself could be useful.
Far too risky. For now, we watch and we wait. The Chamberlain didn't break, but he did bend. We know now that things aren't as quaint as they seem. This new regime detail is also interesting.
We have lots to do. What else do we have?
Greetings. You sent for a physician?
Oh, yes. Right.
This is the mindfulness I get.
Okay. How is he?
Deteriorating.
Take a look at him real quick. Gentlemen, I don't know how Rao culture usually handles medical procedures of any kind of delicacy, but giving the physician a little bit of breathing room would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, well, quite.
Thank you. Well, I've ordered some devices that will add some humidity to the room. That should help considerably. I'm hesitant to try any more invasive therapies for obvious reasons, you understand.
Thank you. Most kind.
What happens, I'm curious, when people die on your planet?
Well, notable deaths are observed by members of the Order, and certain rites of passage are performed shortly after.
Interesting. Tell us more.
Under the cover of night, a man with a cloak pulled low over his face ambled through the congested streets of Backalley Market. The damp night air was laced with the scent of smoked meats, vinegar, and incense, and the people were out in droves. Large insects on skewers were pulled from vats of hot oil and put into the hands of hungry customers. It was a rare day of bounty following a week of fasting for most people, the perfect time for someone to disappear into a crowd. The man pushed through a row of merchants into a small tavern. It wasn't the most savory place on the block, nor were its patrons. The inside was dark, lit only by candles. The floor was sticky, and the place smelled of spilled draft, sweat, and excrement. But it was a place where secrets were regularly traded and were protected by some unspoken pact. For that reason, the man was a regular. At the back of the room was a table. The man pulled up a chair and joined the three people who were already there. 2 men and a woman with silver hair. One of the men slid him a tall glass of thin brown fluid as he pulled back his hood.
Libender. Good of you to finally join us, Prior Magagosa.
Hopefully the draft hasn't lost its bite while you were waiting. Sorry. It's getting harder to leave the temple undetected nowadays.
Maybe it's because you're getting fat.
Fat. Who's fat?
Well, at least someone's putting your fares to good use, Pytra.
I just find it odd how Temple Jardika aren't being deprived of food when everyone else is.
Okay, why are you in this part of town anyways?
In case you didn't notice, it's a feasting day. I wanted to see our deliveries and make sure the people got what they needed.
Oh, okay.
You make it sound like we don't have to smuggle food in and out of these districts.
It sounds like you don't need my help with that, so why am I here?
You're here to tell us what Maldoro is up to.
Oh, okay. You must be Abraseth, the new regime wordsmith.
Remember it well.
Oh, come on, you say that like you matter. So how are things in Kalu?
I'm not here to make small talk, all right? I'm here for information I can use. At least, that's what Liebender has promised me.
Seriously, Liebender?
Sorry. He insisted on this meeting. But you should hear the boy out. His plan is good.
So?
Let's see. How this works is that I have to be interested in giving you the information. If I don't know how it's going to be used, and up to this point I don't, I could be sticking my neck out for nothing.
Isn't their word good enough for you?
Is anybody's. Liebender, I can understand, but Pytra, why involve yourselves with this rushed mentality?
Because we don't see these problems going away. Maldoro walked away from our Starbringer with a good portion of Arcus' infrastructure in his back pocket. And he's abusing it.
If King Starbringer can see the civilian plight at all, he's most likely powerless to do anything. He underestimates Maldoro, thinks the problem is just going to go away if he can't see it.
Not to mention, he's too busy playing war right now.
The king... Look, the king is out of touch and apathetic, all right? What he's allowed to happen in the city, and in Idrika, and in Kalu, amounts to crimes against humanity.
Okay. I thought we were here to talk about Maldoro.
We are. We want to see both House Starbringer and the Order answer for their crimes. But we don't have that kind of power. At least not yet. If we're going to be a player, we need to pick a side. At least until we grow legs of our own.
You want to work with Maldoro to take down House Starbringer? What makes you think he'll need your help to do that?
I know we don't have members, but we have a voice. And a champion.
Don't say Jasquin.
He's on his way to Simitu now, actually.
In the middle of negotiations.
It's the best time to get people riled up. We're going to need a stampede to create a revolution.
What leverage do you even have to sway the conversation? Maldoro. He doesn't listen to anyone.
But that's why you're here. To give us leverage.
You want to try to blackmail Maldoro?
We know Maldoro is intentionally creating scarcity. We're delivering our food to the distribution centers just like before, but they're not being distributed.
These kinds of tactics are not new to him. He's using fear to control people.
We just need proof.
Well, I could get you proof, but I don't wanna.
Why not?
Because it won't work. He's not afraid of what people do or don't know. His grip on them is too tight.
Look, how can we change your mind then?
Simple. Get a better plan. Hey, thanks for the draft.
I have an insider at the Capitol. Someone close to everything that's going on. We know things about Astreus and what they're planning.
You don't touch my boys.
Help us get what we need, and it won't come to that.
You're being sloppy. If you piss everybody off, you're going to run out of allies before you even get started.
Look, we don't want Astreus to get caught in the crossfire. But we think that we can use this information to get Maldoro to react. If he pushes against Astræus, we won't have to.
We do want Chartrulean on our side in the end, after all.
You don't know him well, do you? He doesn't pick sides, and he especially won't give an ounce of thought to extremists.
He do what's right for the people.
Doc,
he's the Messiah.
You're expecting him to be compassionate. Chartrulean has been provided for his entire life, coddled. He isn't as moved by the human condition as you might think. He gets his ideas from, well, somewhere else.
Astræus has Azuria, and a motive for going after Maldoror, which makes Chartrulean the most important man in Simitu. Even Maldoror's loyalists will wake up to the fact that whoever controls energy controls the world.
He's untouchable, guys. Well protected. Even if you were to get in, he wouldn't be easy to manipulate. Now, if that's all, I should get back before I'm missed.
This conversation isn't finished.
Yes, it is. You can't finish something you didn't start. Come back to me once you have a plan. Something that makes sense, not some wish list. And you two should know better.
That didn't go well.
You've wasted my time.
Don't worry. He may still be useful. He can get proof. We just need to convince him that it's worth it. Or... Ha.
That sounds like a big idea.
I've just thought of a way into Astræus.
Oh?
But I'm going to need to call in a favor.
A Yoba favor? Huh?
The best kind.
Yoba! There you are. Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. Just a bit of malaise.
Good. Well, the ambassadors have some revisions to propose. They've been suspiciously easy on us so far, so we should be ready for anything.
Pew, wait a moment.
Whoa. It must be serious if you're using my first name.
We should consider a different approach. I think we're spinning our wheels.
Why? What happened?
They tried to bribe me.
Everyone does.
Shut up and listen. I may have egged them on a little, but now I see they're not above it. They're after the Azuria.
Is that supposed to be news?
No. But I'm ever more convinced we need to end this quickly and get them off our planet, at least before someone more breakable than me drinks their wine.
We have to imagine ourselves in their situation. Someday we're going to leave our own world behind and might find others out there like us. We would expect to be given this kind of opportunity.
We can't project our values onto them just because they vaguely look like us. They're too different.
I understand your trepidation, but what would it say about us if we don't try to do this the right way first?
That we're smart.
You've disagreed with me before.
Which I regret. And I've been wrong. But this time, I don't think I am.
What could they possibly do? We have the upper hand, in every way.
Do we, though? Do you even know what's going on outside these walls? What the sentiment of the people is? If you think we are supported in this, you're wrong. The people aren't interested in your leniency with the row. They want the political theatre to stop so they can go on living.
We can only do one thing at a time. Once the row are handled, we can take on Maldoror. With Chartrulean behind us, it won't be hard.
Maldoror isn't waiting for the row to leave. Both him and the new regime are using this opportunity to gather energy.
I'll keep my eye on it.
You'll keep your eye on it. Like you keep your eye on your son?
Are you criticizing my parenting now?
You know who his friends are.
And I'll deal with it.
You'll deal with it. Or I'll deal with it. Do you know how many strings I've had to pull to keep Josquin out of this city?
You keep pulling your strings. I'll deal with him.
That'll be the day.
I have spoken. Now let's get down to business.
morning?
Oh, you're up early.
I'm up early every morning. You just don't know it.
Oh. Can you hand me my journal?
Was it that dream again?
Hard to tell anymore.
What are you drawing?
I've been trying to draw out parts of it as they come up. I don't know why, it just helps me think things out.
Okay, some of these are a little scary.
Do you have to?
I'm just trying to understand what's got you so worried. Let me look. What's this one? This woman with black holes for eyes?
Red tanks and terrible eyes.
And this one looks like Chartrulean. Only he looks a little buffer than in real life.
Okay, you're done here.
Sorry.
It's fine. This is just very personal, and I don't like you making fun.
I'm not.
Oh, there has to be someone else I can talk to about this stuff.
Can you talk to Chartrulean?
Can anybody? What am I going to do about this stupid ship my dad is pushing for? It's just frivolous. There are people out there who are struggling to survive, and he's stuck on this stupid thing. How can he be so blind?
Well, I think he means it as a positive. So make sure it is one.
Well, can a ship alone end world hunger or replenish the earth? No.
Maybe you should ask Chartrulean if it can.
That's an idea. Get ready. We're going to Astraeus.
The Madness of Chartrulean was created by H.M. Radcliffe. Original music by Sean Renner, performed by Sean Renner and the Invoke String Quartet. Editing and sound design by H.M. Radcliffe and Edward Calvi. Narrated by Michael de la Mancha. Starring Aude Andrews, Jacob Bachman, Magnus Carlson, Jonathan Cox, Adrian Galley, Kathleen Klein, Amina Karoma, Steve Lefevre, Adam Neal, Carl Nordman, Kennedy Phillips, B. Nahr, and Ty Wilkins. This has been a Pack Howl Media original production. Visit chartrulean.com to learn more.